Hey everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to get a shiny starter in Pokemon Platinum along with a Cute Charm Trainer ID so you can use the Cute Charm glitch in your game playthrough. This is going to be done in all one continuous run from the Trainer ID manipulation to the shiny starter. And it's a very simple concept, so anyone should be able to follow along with me. All you'll need is a copy of Pokemon Platinum. Any language works just fine. In addition to that, this is only for Platinum. If you want to do Diamond, Pearl, Heart Gold, or Soul Silver, there's going to be separate videos on those two sets of games. So you're going to need a Platinum copy, and you're going to need to delete the save file, which is, I think, down select and B, no, up select and B on the start screen where you see Giratina, and it'll ask you to delete all the save data. You should say yes to that. Then out of game, you're going to need the tool Pokefinder, which I have right here. And you're also going to need the tool Eon Timer. I'm going to link the 3.0 version. So those are what you're going to need. In Eon Timer, you should make sure that it is set to the DS setting and in the Gen 4 tab. And that's pretty much it. Your calibrated delay in Eon Timer, you should leave at 600. Mine's at 573. It's going to change slightly based on every person, and never touch calibrated seconds. Everything else, we might as well just get underway. So the first thing we're going to be doing is a trainer ID manipulation. And so as part of the setup for that, we're going to open Pokefinder and we're going to go into TID SID. In the TID SID section, you're going to hit type A as the PID. So the first box up here, you type A. The min delay, type 5032, and the max delay, type 5032, and leave the year as 2000. And hit search. You'll get 3 different results. We're only going to be using the lowest result here. It's AD1713A8. It'll give you a trainer ID of 39771 and a secret ID of 39765. This is Shiny Group 2 of the Cute Charm glitch. It gives you a few really good natures. It gives you timid, jolly, naive, modest, hasty, and impish, all as shinies. For the Cute Charm glitch, so that's really good. And it's male lead, of course, as well, so it means you need a male Cute Charmer, and you can get any female Pokemon as long as they can appear female to be shiny. Okay, once that setup is done, we're going to go to the main window of Pokefinder again, and we're going to open Seed to Time in the Gen 4 Tools section. Right. Then we're going to paste our seed that we have found over in the TID SID section. We're going to change the year to 2008, and we're going to hit generate. Then we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and scroll up a bit. In reality, you can use any of these times here that it displays. It displays a bunch of times to set your DS at. But I use this one, so it's 1231, 12/31/2008 and 23/18/39 as the time setting. And we're going to be aiming for a delay of 5024. This is for like a few different reasons. 2008 is like just a thematic year that I picked because it's after Platinum had come out. So yeah, once we have that all set up, we're going to actually start with the manipulation here. So for the Eon Timer setup, you're going to change your calibrated delay to 600. And that'll change later on. And your target delay, you're going to change to 5024, and your target second, you're going to make 39. You never, ever, ever touch calibrated second. You always leave that at 14. Okay, so as you reset the DS to change your date and time so you can do the manipulation, what you're going to do is change the date to the one listed in Pokefinder, which is 12/31/2008. In addition to that, you're going to be changing the time to the time listed in Pokefinder, which is 23/18/39. If you're not using military time, that is 11/18/39. The 39 is going in the Eon Timer, as we showed already, and you have to do 2 minutes before, again, as Eon Timer shows, which is actually 16 minutes there. Then you're going to start Eon Timer at the same time as you hit A to confirm the time on the game. Now you simply wait for the first set of Eon Timer beeps to run out, and you hit A to start the game when that happens. I turned my game off here because I realized there was a GBA game in it, and GBA games can sometimes influence this RNG, so I would just have them not in it. So on the final beep, you're going to hit A to load up the DS game. And now you're going to be greeted with the intro immediately. And this is not a super tight timer, but you're going to have to go through this as quickly as possible, to say the least. What I recommend doing is holding B and mashing the A button. You'll notice the timer is continuing to count down because there is a second A press here. And this is all just to get the correct trainer ID. And once we have the trainer ID, the rest of the manipulation will be able to continue fairly easily. Here, nothing you do matters except for when you're naming yourself. Keep the capitalization in mind. I pick a random name, but if you end it on a lowercase, keep that in mind, and if you end on an uppercase, keep that in mind, because that is a specific setting that I'm going to show you here in a moment, because I do hit the wrong trainer ID for the first time, and I'm going to show you what to do when that occurs. Okay, so the second timer is going to go off sometime after this TV screen appears. And you just hit A to close that, basically. So after it ends, check your trainer ID, and if you've hit the one that we're aiming for, which is 39771, you're good. If not, we have to check which one we've hit, which I'll show you how to do now. Okay, so to see which trainer ID we got and like how far away we were from hitting the correct trainer ID, we simply type in the trainer ID we got here, and if it's leading with a 0 like mine is, which is 07335, you just type in, you ignore the first 0, so type 7335. So I didn't type the first 0 there. Pokefinder knows that the 0 is there automatically. Don't worry about that. Now, for the date and time, make sure you type 12/31/2008, which is the time we're aiming for. This uses an AM/PM clock here, so we're going to change it to PM, and we're going to do the time that we went for. So it's 11 PM, and I'm going to double check what minutes we went for. I think it was 18. Yeah, it's 18 minutes. So we went for 18 minutes, and then hit the find button. Okay, and nothing showed up. So if nothing shows up, what you can do is lower the min delay to 4,000 and raise the max delay to 7,000 there. Find again. And a few options will come up. Now, to narrow down between the options that we potentially hit, the best way to do that is to look at the seconds. This is because, you know, we knew we were aiming for 39 seconds, so we can completely eliminate the 15 and 17 second options just flat out, like completely disregard them because there's no way we're that far off. This one seems as though it was possible. However, the delay is very, very, very far away from what we were aiming for, and it probably isn't what we hit. So most likely you hit this one right here. So now that we hit this one, because this is only a few off of our target, right? This is like, I don't even know if this is 20 off of our target. So what we do at this point is we would go into EonTimer, if your delay was 600, and you would type in that you hit 4993. Hit update, and it'll lower that delay, the calibrated delay for you, so you can leave that there. That's fine. Then once you've got that done, also take note that we hit an odd delay, but the delay we are aiming for is an even one. So because of that, you can only hit either even or odd delays, like without doing anything different. The thing that we're going to have to do different is switch the capitalization, and I'll show you that on my next attempt here. So on this attempt, the only thing we're going to be doing differently is, since last time the capitalization box on my trainer ID naming situation, I left it on caps lock. We're going to be switching it to lowercase. That's the only difference, and that's because we are wanting an even delay, and I hit an odd delay. You might, on your first attempt, hit an even delay, and that's fine. You don't have to switch that. Because every DS combo with game combo, like, you're never going to always hit the same delay across every single Nintendo DS system. It's just not going to happen. And so we're just going to do the exact same process as last time. We started EonTimer the same time we saved our game clock, and we're going to give it another go. So once we're loading the game up, it's going to be the same exact situation as last time, and where we have to just mash through the intro as quickly as possible. We have to keep it swift, and we have to keep in mind the naming convention that I talked about, where you have to switch to lowercase. Again, my strategy is to hold B and mash A as fast as possible. A little color commentary here. It's actually really funny. I've almost never read this intro text or any of Platinum's dialogue in English, because 2 of the 3 Sinnoh games I own are Japanese, and this is just my girlfriend's copy I'm borrowing for this. So as you can see here, I click lowercase and then I hit OK. That's the only difference I did. For your name, whatever you typed, if you ended in lowercase, like you typed, if I did Jake and I did lowercase ake, I would switch it back to upper. That is how I would do it. It's the only difference, and that just makes sure that you can hit the opposite even or odd that you couldn't hit before. And as the second timer finishes, you hit A and check the trainer ID. And 39771 is what we were aiming for, although I will admit that during this attempt I quite literally forgot what the trainer ID that I was aiming for was. And when I went to search it, I was confused as to if I hit the correct one or not. But this is certainly the trainer ID that I was aiming for. So once you are certain that this is the correct trainer ID and the one that you wanted, and it is, and we're all aiming for the same trainer ID here, you're going to back out and you're going to go downstairs like normal. And here is the weird part of this RNG. So if you've ever done any Gen 4 RNG manipulation before, you'll know that normally when you're doing the manip, you have to use Chadots or Coin Flip or Irwin or something to confirm your delay and confirm your seed. And then you use those as well to advance the frame. In this instance, we don't have any of those tools, and so what we're effectively doing is using the trainer ID to confirm that we got the right delay. And then we're using the random NPCs in this town to confirm or to do the frame advancements. And so what that means in the context of this is that we have to take an exact specific movement path through the town. So follow my exact path here, okay? You're going to go all the way left past this house, and the tile after it, you go up. Then, immediately in front of the house, turn right after to get in front of his door. Then, during the conversation with Barry, hold up the entire time and mash through his dialogue. Once his dialogue's done, you'll just be forced upwards. Just keep holding it. In the house, there's no moving NPCs, so you can keep at your own pace. There's no issue here. There's only moving NPCs in the town and on the route with the starter. So, after you're done talking to Barry, you head to this doormat here and go down. You're going to go right all the way to the window of the house over here, and once you hit the window, turn around immediately, line yourself up with the sign, and walk directly up. Once you get into this cutscene, again, there is no frame advancement until after it ends, so you can be moving at your own pace during this cutscene. In fact, here I was checking up to make sure that the NPCs aligned with the movement of a video that I had previously made during my testing. And as you can see, even though there are NPCs on the route to the right, which you can't see, they're off screen, but it doesn't actually, while you're in the cutscene, there's no frame advancements. It's very nice. So you just mash through all the Barry's dialogue. And like I was saying, I had literally never seen any of this dialogue before, because I've never... The only copy I have is my Diamond that's in English, and I played through Platinum the most because it's the only one I like to replay. Because I ordered Platinum as it came out in Japan in high school. So I had it in it was September of 2008, I think I had it, before anyone else I knew, except my friend Nick, who ordered it with me. Anyway, so like I said, you're using NPC movement to actually make your way through this entire section. They are doing all the frame advancements for you. You are actually aiming for frame 100 on the seed that you got your trainer ID from. And there's one last bit of precise movement here that you're going to have to do. It's not that precise, but it's definitely a little bit difficult. And it's going to occur after the dialogue with Barry here. So on this text box here, or the one after it, the grown-up text box, hold down and hit A. You'll buffer yourself to go down. Then after this text box, hold right. And then the second you hear the thud with the bag and you hit A, you only hit A after you hear the thud from the bag. Then just pick whichever starter you want and it'll be shiny. It's actually as simple as that. And I know it might sound too kind of difficult, but you have more than a half second of timing, I believe, after hearing the thud. If your legs start to move again because you're still holding forward, you've done it too early. And if you don't hear any thud at all, you've done it, or if her legs start to move again, you've done it too late. And if you don't hear any thud at all, you've done it too early. But if all goes well, you'll have a timid, shiny starter. I picked Turtwig because whatever. The nature for this, again, it's timid. It's good for both, two of the starters. It's the only one it's not good for is Turtwig, but I don't really think there's a good nature across all three starters, because Turtwig doesn't use any special attacking moves really at all, and Empoleon really does. I mean, you could run like an SD Empoleon set if you wanted to do an adamant spread, but otherwise, yeah. And that's it. Now, there's not much you can do to figure out if you are like late or early on your timing or anything, but there is one thing. And so if you copy the seed and you go into Gen 4 stationary on Pokefinder, you can leave it at method 1 and paste your seed there and change the trainer ID to, actually you don't even need to change the trainer ID, but suffice it to say frame 100 on this, so if we scroll down to frame 100, will be a timid spread. If you were the early frame, it's either the gentle or the docile one. I can't recall. I think it's the gentle frame. And if you were late on your button press, I'm pretty sure you're going to get the sassy one, but it could be quiet. So if you hit docile or gentle, you did your press too early. And if you hit quiet or sassy, you did it too late. And that's the only real explanation you need to how to calibrate. And there's no timer or anything, so it's just slow your button press down a little bit, bro. And with that, that's how to get a shiny starter in Platinum version with a Cute Charm Trainer ID. I hope this video was helpful to you. Thank you to everyone who donated to make this happen. And I will see you guys in the next video.